Hey guys, so Kristina, FullyRawKristina just posted a what I ate today, and it's quite different from her usual thing. Different in a good way. This is another positive video, so hooray. So for breakfast, instead of having her normal, if you've watched any of her other what I ate todays, or if you know anything about, low fat, high fruit, raw type eating, the first meal would be some sort of fruit. I think she would often do like a juice, like a bunch of orange juice or something. Instead, she did a green juice. What? 2 cucumbers, 1 thumb of ginger, 3 to 4 leaves of romaine, 5 to 6 leaves of kale, 1 head of lettuce, 1 bundle of cilantro or parsley, juice of 1 lime or lemon, peeled and squeezed. So there's no fruit in that. I mean, cucumber is fruit, obviously. But there's no like sweet fruit in that. There's not even an apple or anything. Like, this is a pretty intense green juice recipe. I'm sorry, a detoxifying and remineralizing green juice. Definitely an improvement over eating a bunch of mangoes or drinking a bunch of orange juice. This is going to have a lot more minerals in it, which is the big sticking point when it comes to diets like Kristina's. Basically the worst way to eat a raw food diet. Obviously, a raw food diet is incredibly unnecessary, but if you are going to do it, there are better ways to do it. And eating a bunch of fruit, some vegetables, and very little fat is the worst way to do it. I guess the very worst way would be to eat only fruit, but her typical way of eating is pretty close to that, not much better. She seems to be eating a lot more greens now. I think I mentioned in a recent video, she talked about eating 2 to 3 pounds of greens per day. Yeah, so that's pretty great. I mean, I can't imagine feeling full on that. And you'll notice by the end of this that the amount of calories in this, I think it's around 17 to 1800 calories, which wouldn't be super bad on a typical cooked food diet that's higher in protein. Like, I can eat that much if I'm eating a lot of protein, but eating something like this where it's just vegetables and fruit and a little bit of fat, I would be starving. And if you look back at her old what I ate todays, I think they're normally well over 2,000 calories, like 2,300, something like that. Yeah, I would be starving after this. I mean, I don't even think I could finish something like this. That's gotta taste pretty disgusting. So lunch is a chocolate dragon fruit protein ice cream smoothie. So this is more of a typical recipe from Kristina. Lots of frozen bananas, 5 to 6 frozen bananas, 1 dragon fruit, 1 scoop of the Sun Warrior protein, of course, the chocolate Sun Warrior protein, water from 1 young coconut, and then toppings like cacao nibs, sprouted buckwheat groats, berries, or even coconut shreds. Wow. Getting crazy. It's got a lot of fruit in it, no doubt about it, but it also has some protein from that scoop of Sun Warrior. I think it's like 17 grams of protein in a scoop, so that's not bad at all. That's probably a pretty fairly satisfying meal. Definitely a lot of food and a good amount of protein. And then dinner, a whole lot more vegetables, not really a whole lot of green. Actually, no, not that much vegetables at all now that I look at it. Cucumber, red bell pepper, cherry tomatoes, green onion, cilantro, sesame seeds, avocado, and then a dressing of tahini, lemon juice, water, and salt. That honestly doesn't sound too bad. That sounds kind of tasty. Looking at how much tahini she put in, it looked like a fair amount. So I don't know. I think I'd probably eat that. Oh yeah, and it's got the avocado too. So that's got a fair amount of fat in it. So looking at chronometer, and I had to kind of guess on some things. Like she said 5 to 6 leaves of kale, but they don't like have that option in here. It just has like cups. So I just kind of guessed, trying to err on the like generous side. So giving her like a little bit more than what I think she actually had, going by the video and like looking at, how much kale she actually put in there. Also for the tahini, I did put in whole sesame seeds. That makes a big difference because unwhole sesame seeds, whether you're eating them or making like a butter or tahini from them, they're actually a really good source of calcium, but whole are not. All the calcium is in the whole. I think 9 times out of 10 when you're buying tahini, it's going to be whole. Anytime you buy sesame seeds, like in the store, the sesame seeds that we're used to seeing, it's going to be whole. I don't even know where you would buy unwhole sesame seeds. Probably nuts.com, they would probably have them, but Otherwise, it's safe to assume that you're eating whole sesame seeds. And I think that's all I need to say about that. So yeah, it's actually more than 1,700, about 1,800 calories. Again, I think that's pretty good on a normal diet. You know, it depends on how tall you are, it depends on how much you work out, all that kind of stuff. Definitely varies. But on a diet like this, I don't know, I feel like I would be absolutely starving. So looking at the vitamins, no surprise, pretty much everything is high. Vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K. No B12, but she does supplement with B12. Very important for all vegans, of course. Choline is a little bit low. That's not super surprising. Without soy and I think peanuts and broccoli, a vegan diet is going to be pretty low in choline unless you're eating a whole lot of calories. And then vitamin E, this isn't anything inherent to raw. I find that I'm often low in vitamin E unless I'm eating sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds are an insane source of vitamin E. I do take a multi, as many of you know, so it's not something that I worry about. That's just one of those things that I like multis for. I don't really want to have to think about like, oh, have I eaten sunflower seeds lately? You know, it's just not something I really want to worry about, so it's just easier to take a multi. I do love sunflower seeds, don't get me wrong, but I end up like really overeating them because of course I get the roasted, salted in the shell. Oh my God, I'm kind of hungry. Okay, so vitamins, yeah, pretty good. She could easily increase the vitamin E without taking a supplement or anything. Again, just like a little bit of sunflower seeds. And the choline, you know, I don't know how she feels about peanuts. Again, the broccoli, you know, you could eat raw broccoli. That's a little tough. I don't know how she feels about that. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know of any really good vegan sources. Obviously, tofu is not an option. Okay, so minerals, actually pretty good. So this is quite a bit different than, again, her typical diet. A lot of calcium coming from the celery, the cucumber, a little bit even from the tahini. Assuming that she's eating that much tahini, I meant to say that. So I put in like 4 tablespoons because it looked like a lot of tahini. Again, I don't, you know, if she's only eating 2 tablespoons, then that's a lot less calories, a bit less nutrients as well. So even iron is not bad. A fair amount coming from the Sun Warrior, from the protein powder. Zinc is another one that would be a concern on a raw food diet, particularly one where you're not eating a lot of nuts. The only one that seems to be lacking is selenium. That's not too surprising. We tend to get our selenium from grains, but she could fix this super easily by just having a Brazil nut. Seriously, like 1 Brazil nut would be plenty. And now on to protein. Ignore the yellow bar there. I just have mine set to a particular amount that I aim for. I aim for at least like 85 grams. That's just my own particular thing. So she has about 61 grams overall of protein, and the amino acids look pretty good, even lysine. Now, if I were her, you know, I would be concerned about absorption. Actually, for a lot of this stuff, particularly some of the minerals like iron and zinc, and protein, I would be a little bit concerned about absorption from these raw vegetables. Now, some of the stuff, again, like the green juice, she is blending. Even the lunch was blended as well. So a lot of it is blended and that cellulose has been broken up. So that should help a fair amount in terms of bioavailability. But I would still be a little bit concerned about that. I personally, if I were eating this way, would want to get more protein than the 61 grams. Her omega-3 is a little bit low, going by the 1.1 gram that's recommended, I think, here in the US. It's kind of all over the place. It's one of those things that nobody really knows how much we need. So, but going by that, she is just a little bit low. Again, just something like flax seeds or chia seeds or hemp seeds, just a little bit would bump her up significantly. I mean, I don't know, that is such a huge improvement over what she normally eats, what she normally recommends. I would love to see if she's going to change her recommendations at all, if she's going to say anything about this. I should have checked. I've watched this video a few days ago, I think soon after it came out, so I haven't really seen the comments. I haven't seen if anyone else has said like, whoa, this is quite a bit different from your usual thing. Maybe if there are enough people saying that, maybe she will address it, or she'll just kind of maybe quietly change your diet, you know, just a what I ate today here or there that's a little bit more green based, maybe a little bit fattier, because that was quite fatty, assuming that she ate that much tahini. I really don't know. And it can be made even better with just a few small tweaks. Again, just the Brazil nut, a little bit more protein, maybe from more nuts, or even more protein powder if that's what she's comfortable with. Again, the Brazil nut and a little bit of sunflower seeds, a little bit of flax seeds, like just little tiny changes would make it a lot better. Is it still unnecessary? Yes. Is it still wasteful? Absolutely. But progress is progress. So that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, leave your comments and questions. I'm going to stop saying down below because that's obvious. It's so redundant and stupid. So I'm going to try to not say it. Subscribe. That's cool. Is that redundant too? Of course I want you to subscribe. I don't know. It's a call to action, all right? I'm supposed to say it to remind you because you're an idiot. And if you want to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/unnaturalvegan. Thank you again, and I will have a new video very soon. Oh my god, did I have that in my teeth the whole time? Chia seed.